what role will Bitcoin play in their currency? Like looking at countries that are really developing. And I just say Africa because Africa is one of the countries that most people talk about. India, of course, the BRIC countries. How do you feel about that? Like, what are you seeing in some of those other countries? And is the US more so? Because I feel like El Salvador is very progressive in a lot of ways. How do you feel about the US compared to us in the US not adopting Bitcoin or being as aggressive about adopting Bitcoin as some of the other countries?
Yeah. So I think at a grassroots level, just like individuals that are using Bitcoin, I think that it already has and will continue to grow faster in developing countries like in Africa than it will in the US because they need it more, right? So
that
inflation
that you were talking about. Okay, got you.
Yeah. So as bad as the inflation, I mean, nobody likes inflation, right? Like any inflation is just your money becomes less valuable with time. And in the US, it's it's relatively low. It's single digits per year, right? In a lot of African countries, it's double, possibly triple digits per year, right? So that's a terrible store of value. If your money is worth half as much
oh my God.
in a year or 10 years.
Wow.
This is a really important shift with Bitcoin. It shifts your mentality from a spending mentality to a saving mentality because inflation makes us want to get rid of our money quickly, right? Either to spend it on, go to the grocery store and spend it on things that you need in the present, or to turn it into something that's going to hold the value better, like maybe you buy a house or something like that. But you don't want to hold dollars, right? You don't want to hold your government currency because if there's one certainty in life, it's that it will be worth less in the future than it is today.
Correct.
So you want to get rid of it. It incentivizes spending. Bitcoin does the opposite. Bitcoin incentivizes saving. It makes you think like, okay, well, I need the groceries. So I'm still going to buy the groceries because I need to eat, right? But like some of these more, optional items that they'd be nice to have. I don't really need it though. You might defer that into the future. So it switches our mentality from a spending mentality to a saving mentality. And that's actually what I'm most excited about with Bitcoin is that mental shift to look further into the future. I think that has tremendously positive second and third order effects.